Hi, this is Mohit Pogri. Today we're discussing JavaScript, that very important concepts which is used multiple times in React.js and Node Express in API development. We are just in hardly in 1 hour. We are just revising the important topics which I felt very important to know before learning React.js. And here we go. Like uh, till JavaScript, we are going to learn in Notepad Pro. When you start learning React.js, we will shift to the VS Code. Till that, we just use Notepad Pro. Like I'm starting with the HTML. I'm writing JavaScript code in HTML by using script tag head. In head, there was a title. In this session, I am doing two projects, very important: to do and weather application, weather web. Weather web, and I'm also mentioning style for styling HTML. Here body. I'm writing JavaScript code in body. We have to write JavaScript whenever if we want to write JavaScript code in HTML. We have to write the code in body tag. Script, closing the script tag, and here we're writing console. Just let me check, is this running in console or not? Hello JS. Check in here. Hello JS. In browser we can see it's running. Now jumping to the important concepts like data types. In JavaScript we have three data types: let, var, const. Difference between these three data types: const is used mainly for functions which is not updated. Like if you want to in an API fetch call, there will be an ID. It's not going to change. It will remain same till the end. In that case, we are going to use const. Why? Because the variable value is going to be same till end of the project. So we are going to use const. It's not going to update like this. There will be an API key random like this, and this is the use of const. And let and var. I'm writing let. I'm just writing a function. We have not discussed function yet, but I'm just writing function to show the difference between let and var. Just see the concept. After we are going to discuss about the functions. And function task if a equals to 10, where b equals to 20, and here you can see I have just wrote a function, and in that function I am writing an if statement here, and just console log a. Let's see what happening in the console. The syntax. Now we are calling the function by the function name task. Here we given tasks. Let's see what happening in the browser. Here we have an error, uncatched reference a is not defined. We declared both let and where at it, inside the if block, and I'm getting an error while using a, which was the data type let. So I'm trying to console b, the data type which I used was where. Now we're getting 20 here. So the difference is when we are using an where data type, it's going to out of the block, it's going to console. If you are using out of the if you are using the variable out of the boundary, it's going to console print the value, but let it's not going to do like where. So there may be a chance may overlap, where may overlap with other elements. That's why we are not using where currently more in React.js or any big projects. Like mostly we are using let, and this is the main reason. Coming to the symbol is used for commenting. Comment operators. We'll have operators. We have assigning operator, okay, assigning operator, mathematical operator, arithmetic operators, that is plus, minus, and ternary operator, and logical operators, and which we are not going to use currently, but we are using in upcoming projects. Like, okay, we're jumping to the next functions. Now we are discussing about functions. If function is used when if you want to repeat a code of block multiple times, if you want to perform an operation multiple times, we are going to use functions. Just like function is the keyword. If you want to create a function, you have to just write function after function name, like task. Okay, here you can put parameters. These are the parameters. Like this function is going to accept 1 and 2 parameters, like return, okay, plus p. Okay, and now I'm calling the function here. Console.log console.log task 10 comma 10. Task 10 comma 10. Here we got 20. Now in the console.log we are using the task function where if you want to call a function we have to call with the function name task, here task, and we are giving two arguments, which was this function is only accepting two parameters, and we have give two parameters, two arguments, 10 and 10. And 10 is 10, first 10 is assigned to a and second 10 is going to assign to b, and this function is going to return a plus b, 10 plus 10 20, and console.log we are already printing it task, this result that is 20 we are consoling. And arrow function, this will be used multiple times and very important topic in React.js and backend development. uh, Arrow function is nothing but writing a function without using the name function, keyword function. Let's see, like let task, I'm writing the same function without mentioning the task keyword function. Just writing 10 a plus b, a comma b, console.log task 10 comma 20. Fine. Here not returning it. We got 20 here. We're writing the function without using the function keyword. It's called arrow function. You see, you will be let to know how this arrow function is used in fetching. Then you are going to understand the importance of arrow function when we reach React.js. After array methods, we are discussing about arrays. Now array means collecting, array is nothing but collecting the same data, like let array equals to 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5. This is called array. If you want to print a number, console.log can print the array elements by using index, array name and index. If you want to print 1, the array index will be starts with 0 0, one, like that. And now if you want to print like when we reach fetching, we will get an data, bulk data like this in array. In array, if you want to display the data, we have to use loop. There are two loops. We mainly use for loop, so I'm going to explain for loop. Just imagine this array that 1 2 3 4 5 is like data coming from the backend. Now we are going to display this using for loop equals to 0 I plus plus I plus then array length. Console.log console.log array here I is nothing but the I is targeted in the index. Let's come just how it works. For loop is just going to work like I equals to 0. Okay, we just declare a variable I equals to 0. I plus plus here we are going to write an condition here. In the second slot we are going to write an condition I 0 less than array length. Array length means 1 2 3 4 array plus plus and I equals to 0. Okay, array 0 is 1. Okay. We are consoling it. We got the array elements. Like this we are going to fetch the like there is a shopping application, that the data coming from the backend in the array form, and we are going to display the products and data using for loop, and there are array methods map and filter and find. These are the very important array methods which we are going to use in React.js. Like if I want to display it using map function, array name map to give here console.log same result. What is doing is array is an, here we declared array dot map is a built-in function. Like just ignore this. Map is a built-in function, and in that writing an array function. Before we discussed about array function, the arrow function. This is the arrow function. This is the arrow function which is written in console. A indicates the element 1, and map is going to just it's going to divide the or separate or spread the array, like, and it's going to store in A and displays and consoling it like that. And filter A written A greater than 5 5 5 no 3. Now we're going to store it. Let elements console.log elements. Now, now we got an array 4 and 5. This filter method is going filter function is going to do, it's going to filter every, if a indicates 1, returns only if it is greater than 3, and it's going to check 3 and 2 and 4 and 5. It's going to return only the elements which are greater than 3 in the array form, and we are going to store it in element variable, and we are consoling it here. And find is going to method is going to use it for finding an element. Like find a, there is a key like I use here, let id equals to 1. Here return id equals to 1. No, id a equals to 1. Okay, here I declared an id equals to 1, the value is 1. The find function is going to do this, mapping the every element and checking whether it's a 1 equals to 1. Let's see. We're getting the element. If not, we'll get an empty space. Yes, empty space. There is an important topic like a equals to id. There is a difference. Equals to is used just for checking the value. If the value is 1 and 1, is just check only the value 1 and 1. But equals to going to check the value and the data type. If the data type is not going to same, it's going to return false. It is very important, which we are going to use in React also. These are the mapping functions. Now spread operator. This is also one function, spread operator. Let AR1 equals to just spread. This is the syntax for spread operator, and ARR is the before declared array. This is the ARR1, a new array. I'm just copying the previous array elements into the new array by using spread operator. Console.log ARR1. Now we check. Yeah, I have not mentioned any elements here, but I'm getting output. I'm just copied the previous array elements by using spread operator, and the elements going to copy here. And after objects, one of the important topic, objects. Object is nothing but an wait like obj equals key value. Object is nothing but a collection of a different data types of data, and there will be a key and value. It is called objects. Just here I'm just declaring with a data type and object name and curly braces, keys name Mohit, and number, some random number. Okay, if I want to console the name, I just have to use console.log bj object name mirror. Yeah, still I'm having. Sorry, I'm using semicolon here to just differentiate the keys. We have to use just take comma. There's a mistake. Number 32. Sorry, we have to use equals to here. Yeah, we got the object here. Right. I'm just unlocking it. Now we want the name value to be printed here in the console. Dot name, object name dot the key name. We want the name Mohit. We want to print the name. That's why we just use the key name. Mohit. There is another way called destructuring. It's also very important in React.js and backend development and fetching APIs. It is very important. We will use everywhere in React.js. We are not going to display the object keys just using dot. We will use like let you will use destructuring name number equals to object. This is called destructuring. It's nothing but we are just from the object we're destructuring the two keys by using brackets, curly braces, console.log name comma no. got here. This is destructuring. Mm, Now DOM manipulation. This is very important. DOM manipulation. DOM manipulation. If we haven't just, I'm writing here h1 closing hello. I'm giving an ID for it. ID h1, and now let element equals to document dot get element by id, and the id name console dot log element. This is an object. In the object we have an function get element by id, and we have just gave the argument h1 from here. This is the id h1, this give from here, and it's going to take the element. We're printing it, just see how it is. Yeah, we got here. We're consoling the element here, and now I want to manipulate the data inside this element. Now I'm taking the element ele inner html equals to world. Say world. It's changed. This is called DOM manipulation, which we are going to use in weather web and to-do list also. This is one of the main concept in DOM manipulation. We're done with loops, async, await. All are important topics. This is also one of the important topic which I have spent 1 to 2 months. Like if you have a function like function API data, which is getting API data, just right, let the fetch function which is getting data from the backend, let data equals to no, yeah, this is the function for the API data, and here I have used let data equals to fetch. Whatever the data coming from the backend, I'm going to fetch here and storing in the data field and consoling the data. Now what happens means, if we execute this by fetching a data from backend, uh, the data coming from the backend may take some time, some milliseconds. In the meanwhile time, this this second statement going to execute. The second statement we have data which was not, the data is not came yet, but we are just consoling it. In that we may get error. In that time we are using async and await. These are the two perfect combinations. We have to, if we want to use await, we have to use async. We have to mention async before the function which we want to use await. Like now what it's going to do is means let data equals to await fetch. The program is going to stop, not going forward. Like after fetching data from the backend, receive data from the backend, it's going to move to the second statement. Till then it's going to wait here. There will be no error. This is going to execute after the data successfully coming from the backend. This is the concept mainly from the async and await. Try catch. Okay, try catch. Template iterates means this is also one of the main concepts which we use in dynamic routing. Console log let a equals to Mohit and I want to display this Mohit here. Just write like a Mohit, and if I want to use p equals to 1, the symbol of template iterates is this one. Whatever we are writing the code in between, like I'm using, let's see, just hello using dollar symbol, curly braces, a. We are combining the string and the variable, like hello Mohit. Hello Mohit. I have used template literals for displaying it. Dollar symbol before the variable, it is called template literal, which is mainly used in dynamic routing. If we put here double quotes, we will get some error. Why? Because it's going to treat the whole sentence into an string. Let's see, it's become string. If you put template literals, like it's going to treat this hello as a string, and a dollar and curly braces a going to Mohit, like that. Hello Mohit. This is called template literals. Now we are done with this, and now we are going to do a small project, like a simple weather application. Like climate. I'm not adding so much style here. I'm focusing on the concept. H1, H2 for location, 2 for location, input we have discussed before, type the location, you're giving the location, so the type will be text, placeholder, city, just calling it as city. And here again we are displaying the temperature, id temp. For this also we are giving an id, input, just giving, so we can just give city, so city. I'm also taking this, giving an id for this location. We are using DOM manipulation and destructuring and fetch here. What I do is forgot to give you a button here, button, get on click is event listener. If you want to call a function from JavaScript, we have to use onClick in HTML. Get weather, function get weather. Now we are going to bring these 3 elements by using their ID, like let first input we are going to get city, the ID is city, okay. Document dot get element by ID name is city, same for these elements also. This is temp and location, console.log, and console in the city, Here we got the element, city element. Okay, we got the elements right now, and now we are going to manipulate the data by using an weather API. This is the website. You have to log in and grab your API to practice this. I'm going to mention this in description. If you want to use this, just async let data equals to await fetch fetch. Okay, city dot value dot trim function is going to remove the white space. When we are entering the city name, it's going to trim the white spaces. And here we are using this symbol template address. Why? Because we are combining the strings and variables which we are declared. Here we'll have an ID which is given by the okay. Let ras equals to data dot json. We have to convert this fetched data into JSON data. Why? Because JSON data means JavaScript object notation. So let log ras. We are using if here. If the city value equals to this operation is going to execute if the city is value is present. Okay, we gotten here ID. Due to some internet problem, we got an 501 error. And now I'm just entering the city name. Ododara, get the button. We got an object, current and location. Here, temperature C. We want this key, which is in the current key. So let temp.inner html equals to res dot current dot temp c. We will have a look. Then get, this is the temperature. If you want location, in the location we have the region name, location dot name. We have to destructure like that. City, in the city dot inner html equals to res dot location dot name. Okay, location name. Small mistake. Yes. This is the current generated temperature. 26. It is almost 26. Now we are doing an to-do list app, a to-do list web. Like I'm just giving an order list, giving an id list. We are getting this element in, we are going to get this element in JavaScript by using this id, and we are adding list from the JavaScript. Should I have one input for getting text from the user, type text, placeholder text, and one button. Add task, on click event listener, calling a function add function add. Very simple. Add, let have to give one id here for text. Text equals to document dot get element by id text dot value dot print, and we will got the text value given by the user here, and after we are getting the ul component ul, the id name is list. Now we are using DOM manipulation. ul if text is true, if the user enter text, ul dot I inner html plus or equals to, and we are using this Trell template, writing an HTML code li, the dollar symbol, this is yes, what displaying the text which we get from the user. This is very simple. That's why you are using template literals. This is going to add here. Let's see. It's added. It's added. These are the basic HTML, CSS, JavaScript project you need to understand before going to React.js. Nothing more. You have to be perfect in HTML, CSS, Flexbox, and JavaScript with this fetching data from the backend. Try yourself using from APIs from Wrapped API. Just grab some free APIs and display the data in your front end by using fetch, and use this DOM manipulation, and just make an you can just make some Verismith run application which makes you perfect in both front end and only front end, in both styling part and fetching part. This should you know. This is a basic HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. You know you know before this going to React. Now, tomorrow we are going to start React.js.